Hi guys. I don't know if you can see me that well. We're going to try and fix this camera here so you can see me a little bit better. All right, there we go. All right, so this is going to be just an all signs. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I will be getting prepared to do personal readings by the end of December. There's a lot of planning that comes into that. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you like me as a content creator, well, it's not really a content creator. I really love what I do. So we're going to get into it. We're going to do Aries through Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries through Pisces. What do we need to know? I might do a Fast Watchers edition at the end. I have not decided yet. All right. What do we have for Aries? Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do they generally need to know? Okay. Headed towards some kind of victory within yourself. You know, I think you're looking at what fulfills you, what dreams becoming, having a little compassion for that. I think whatever victory you're headed into, you know, that's your wish fulfillment. I feel like you're trying to be compassionate with yourself. You're trying to, you know, learn more about it. Getting into more spiritual side of things. You know, but I feel like you're a little stuck, you know, on how to make peace. You know, especially if you feel like things haven't been coming in the way they need to. But I feel like there's like some kind of flicker of hope within that. I feel like you're starting to heal from something, you know. You're starting to come out with some kind of clarity, especially with some toxicity that you've been moving away from. You know, I feel like you're walking away from something. I don't know what that something is. It's not telling me. But I feel like you're making the guided decision to walk away. You're leaving it out in the cold. You know, you want to focus your work, effort, and energy on your own dreams, your own manifestations. You know, and if this is a past person that you're walking away from, I feel like it's something you need to end. You know, focus on I'm sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. If this is a past person you're ending something with, I feel like you don't have any love to carry any of the burdens and you're focused on new right now. You know, bringing in some new opportunity with love. You know, it might cause a little chaos, but I feel like it's going to be a stronger foundation for you. All right, that's what I have for you. All right, moving on to my Geminis. Not my Gemini, sorry, my Taurus. Maybe you're messing with the Gemini. All right, what do we have for Taurus? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus. We have focused on stability. I got the 10 of Pentacles You know, maybe you're focused on your health, your money, your goals, giving a little, taking a little. Two of Wands with a Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's a home life situation that you're willing to give to. You know, I feel like you're making some sort of decision, you know, hoping that things will kind of turn in your favor. But I feel like with the Temperance card, you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, with the Chariot here, it's like deciding on which direction you need to go. See a lot of Earth, Fire, Cancer. I feel like whatever foundation you've kind of built, you know, that you've probably given way too much to, is you're looking back at it. You're kind of hoping that, you know, things will start to work in your favor. You know, I think you're being very patient for some kind of movement, some kind of change. With the Seven of Cups here and the Eight of Wands, I feel like maybe you're starting to move in the direction of new options, new changes in your life, what you can do differently. And I feel like you're starting to communicate those. I think you're focused on your own emotional happiness with the Ten of Cups here. You know, but there's something you kind of need to release and let go of, some kind of regret within this situation. You know, I feel like an apology is coming your way, but is it something you're really wanting to take or worth taking? And I don't see you taking it. Like, I see you ending this situation and possibly rejecting it. Give me one more, please. Maybe finding balance within your own self. You know, focusing on new things that you want. You know, but I think you need to mentally get past this conflict that you're having. You know, maybe open yourself up, trust yourself a little bit more. All right, that's what I have for you. Moving on to the Geminis. Geminis. What do we have for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Gemini? Geminis. All right, what do we have for Geminis? Been some hard work in? The Eight of Pentacles. feel like you're putting some hard work in. I think you're being a little bit quiet about it, but whatever hard work you're putting in, you're trying to find some kind of balance. I feel like you've been dealing with some kind of toxic shit that comes in to offer you stuff. And maybe that's something that you just don't really want to deal with. Maybe you're dealing with your own inner securities here. I don't know. I kind of feel like whatever you're working through, you're doing it very quietly. You're doing it silently. The High Priestess here. Two of Pentacles, the Devil. Page of Pentacles, the Moon, Eight of Swords, Page of Swords. I'm going to say this very bluntly. You're putting very hard work and effort into yourself. Especially with the High Priestess. I don't think it's anything that you're overly spoken about, but you're trying to find some kind of balance. And I think a lot of it has to do with your own fears, your own insecurities, especially with the Moon and the Eight of Swords here. But I think you need to offer yourself some kind of peace with this Page of Pentacles. And I say peace because I have the Page of Swords here. To me, that's like, coming in and taking whatever you're learning and being like, okay, I learned this. I don't have to do this all at once, but I am listening. I'm listening to everything that's going on. Okay. Especially if you've been dealing with in and out communication from past people, and it's something that you've been holding on to for so long. I think it's time to find the strength to find something new. Focus on your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your money, and put that inspiration out there, because that's going to lead you to some kind of victory. But maybe you need to have a practical plan, and, have a team that supports you. But I feel like those seeds are planted into whatever you need to do. So just keep moving forward. It's going to find some kind of structure within your life. All right, that's what I have for you, Geminis.
Loads of Pentacles showing up for them.
A lot. On the plus side, Gemini, your money looks good. All right. The kids are going at it. I am ignoring. What are they fighting over? The kids are actually like puppies. All right. What do we have for Cancers? Cancer, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Cancers? Cancers. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. One more shuffle, please. Cancers. Oh, the puppy's got a new toy. All right. What do we have for Cancers? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for the beautiful Cancerians out there? The High Priestess in reverse coming out strong. All right. I feel like this is more of... I don't know. I'm not going to comment yet. Because this can be a couple different things. All right. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we got? One more, please. Five of Wands. I feel like the High Priestess in reverse is more about you climbing out of your shell. I think you're looking at options to do things. It's like what roads to go down. With the Five of Wands here, that also speaks about some kind of conflict, but I don't feel like this is a conflict type of situation. I feel like the more you put yourself out there, the more you look at the options that lie ahead of you, that more brings in the people that kind of suit you a little bit better. I don't know what you're trying to say. So for those of you who don't really know me, all right, I am a Cancer sun. All right, I'm a Gemini Venus. I am a Libra rising, and I am a Capricorn moon. All right. What do we got for Cancers? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, for my beautiful Cancerians here, I got the High Priestess in reverse, the Seven of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Chariot, and the Six of Pentacles. All right, so what this is telling me is that you are starting to climb out of that beautiful shell that you have. You're starting to look at the options that the world is trying to give you. Is there one that you're dedicatedly focused on? Probably not. That's okay, though. You know, I feel like you have a team surrounding you, supporting you, collaborating with you, that is driving you to move towards whatever is inspiring you at this time, especially with the Ace of Wands. That's like that light, that flame, that flicker, like, we're going to get it done. And with the Chariot card here, which is your Cancerian energy, I feel like you're starting to stand in your power. You're being who you are. You're understanding who you are. You're moving towards that. You know, and with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like whatever this inspired action is that you are finally crawling out of your shell to take, that you are freely giving to it. All right, what else do we have for Cancer? You know, and I feel like maybe it's going to start bringing some kind of abundance toward you. It might be a slow moving energy with the Knight of Pentacles here. It's like a slow build, but I feel like you're standing strong with it. You know, you're being open to, I feel like you're just being open to it, you know, but you're following your dreams, you're following your wishes. And I feel like whatever this is, you know, this idea, this aspiration, this dream, goal, drive, you know, eventually put you in some kind of great financial situation. But you got to remember, it's kind of a slow moving energy. It's slowly going to build. The more love you show it, the more happiness that you show to yourself. But I feel like you know, with the Seven of Swords here, it doesn't really feel like a deceptive energy. It feels like more of finding that practical plan within the system. But the Lovers here and the Ten of Pentacles, I think you're trying to decide what builds that best structure for you. You know, and you could have Gemini in your chart. There's a lot of earth and fire and water. But I think you're starting to understand your own emotional like maturity within a situation, this situation. But I feel like the more emotionally responsible you are, the more celebrations you have. I think with the Hangman here and the Five of Cups is that you're changing your perspective on things that you've turned your back on. My puppy is skittish right at the moment. So hold on. Lokes, babe. Loki, baby. Quit it. There's nothing there. All right. Hey, stop it, babes. That's the FedEx guy. I apparently have a package and my dog is going insane. So Frost and Field looks pretty. You know, I don't even know where I was going. So hold on. What was I saying? Oh, I think you're changing your perspective on the way that you look at things in the past, like things that you might regret, especially when it comes to some kind of family situation that didn't quite work out. So I like that for you guys. It's beautiful. All right, moving on to my Leos, the lovely lions of the zodiac. And hopefully my Loki girl will be chilled out. Sun rising now, frost in the field. Looks pretty. I bet it does. We're over here freezing our tails off. Good old Indiana weather here. All right, what do we have for Leo? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Leos, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What do we have for Leos? The beautiful Leos. That's a lot. All right.
Just fired the machine gun at him.
It did. I don't know where we're going with this. Okay. I don't like it, but, you know, we'll roll with it anyways. I feel like you're making some kind of choice to not work with something. I feel like it's somebody with some childish, like, communication skills. I think you're taking your energy elsewhere with this Fool and this Five of Wands. You're like, I think I'm gonna go work over here. You know, this is making me happier. Yeah, the Tower and the High Priestess. The Six of Swords on the bottom tells me that this is more you focused on your peace than anything. I feel like you're making a judgment call on that with that underneath. But overall, I feel like the Two of Wands is about a decision, you know, but the Two of Wands, he holds the world. He's already got that little stick in his hand, his little wand there. He's left the other one behind. You know, I feel like you're moving past on an energy that I don't think you're willing to work with anymore is not willing to work with you. I feel like the communication was probably pretty petty, pretty immature with this Page of Swords, but you're still communicating in a way. You know, I think you're taking a leap of faith to collaborate somewhere else, somewhere that kind of makes you a little bit more fulfilled, you know, and maybe tearing down some kind of boundaries that intuitively makes you feel a little bit more peaceful inside. And I feel like making that judgment call, you know, causes you to be a little bit more emotionally stable at this time. You too, be safe. I'll call you later, okay? All right, it's my dad. He's my number one supporter. Hi, Dad. All right. What else do we have for Leos? Justice, Libra energy. Two of Swords, Ace of Wands. I don't know what's under that. Oh, Three of Swords. What the fuck, Leos? All right. Two of Cups. Twos. There's a lot of twos. 222 might be significant to you at this time. I feel like whatever this Two of Wands is, you made a justice call. I think you're trying to tip the scales, but you're still slightly undecided about whether or not you want to work with this particular situation. And it might be a change or a beginning, but the Ace of Wands, the Page of Swords, I feel like it's more about, wanting something to change, desiring some kind of change, especially maybe the way you communicate, maybe the way somebody communicates with you. But I feel like you're taking that leap of faith to move out of some kind of heartache, especially if it's somebody with a soulmate. You're taking that time, that break to heal. You're starting to understand the balance between equal give and take. It's that burden that you chose to carry. But I think you need to start getting a little bit more clear with yourself. Especially when the type of relationships that you bring in, the type of relationships that you want to work on, and I think it's about starting new, finding your own confidence, planting that garden to where you want it to grow. But you got to take some time within and learn to face your fears. And above all else, get the hell out of your head, dude. But if you want change, you have to be that change. All right, that's what I got for you, lovely Leos. Moving on to the Virgos. What do we have for the lovely Virgos? Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Virgos. Yours says 2640. Mine says 27 something. Virgos. What do we have for Virgos? Did you hear me? My timer says 27:20. Yours says 26:57. Oh. What do we have for Virgos? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Virgos? Virgos. What do we have for Virgos? The King of Wands. Two of Cups. Two of Wands. Hanged Man. One more, please. Thank you. Three of Cups. I think Virgos that you have been dealing with an asshole. Probably somebody you felt like was a soulmate, but I feel like you're trying to make that decision to move past that. You're gaining some kind of different perspective on the pain and the heartbreak that you've been dealing with at this time. The Three of Swords being here. I see the Eight of Wands. Maybe you've got some kind of communication, especially about some kind of painful ending. But I feel like you're starting new. I think it's telling you to move past whatever heartbreak that you've been dealing with. Not an easy job, but that's all right. There's a situation that you're needing to end so that you can focus on something new within yourself. With the Ace of Pentacles here, some kind of solid foundation. I feel like healing brings you some sort of balance. But if you keep trapping yourself in fear, it's going to cause more conflict, especially in your outside world. feel like that fear and conflict has caused a lot of different options between you and somebody else. I think it's time to set your boundaries, leave this out in the cold, get out of your head, focus on your own emotions at this time, your own healing process. Stay away from deceit, betrayal, lies. It's energy you need to walk away from. If they come in with some sort of apology, turn your back on that. Go after your own victories. All right, that's what I have for you, Virgos. All right, we are at 3110 for our Libras. Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libras, what do we have for Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libras. What do we have for Libras? All right. What do we have for Libras? We have 5 of Cups that comes spilling out. I'm not going to take that, but for whoever needs to hear it, I feel like if you're dealing with a past situation, it's time to stop regretting it. Or a past situation is regretting you. All right. What do we have for Libras? All right. 10 of Wands. I feel like you've been carrying the burden of some heartaches and pain for quite some time now. And I think it's time to start focusing on the things you want, the goals that you want to go through. I think it's more about whatever burden you've been carrying, this pain, this heartache, this betrayal, whatever this is, with the Queen of Wands here, I think it's about starting to stand in your own power, starting to understand what drives you. Wands are about desires, being driven. And with the 9 of Wands here, I feel like you're starting to do that. It's like you're gearing up for that battle, to move into some creative ideas, some creative project with the Page of Cups here. But all of it starts with letting go of this burden of this pain, this heartache that you've been dealing with. Especially when it comes to a soulmate that was kind of in and out. I feel like it's somebody who's turned their back on you. Maybe started something somewhere else, somewhere new. What do we have for Libras? We got the King of Pentacles. I think it's time to be focused on your money. The King of Pentacles knows what he wants. He knows how to get it. But you got to be really honest with that Ace of Swords here. What is it you're trying to grow? And it's like that epiphany moment. I've got this. I can do this. I can make this. But where do I need to put my effort? Where do I need to put my energy? It's like calling in your team and having that strength to, with the King of Swords here, I feel like it's more about finding that strength to be real clear in your head, making that head over heart decision and being like, I'm not going to let whatever this person did set me back. I'm going to use it. It's going to fuel my fire. Okay. And I feel like intuitively you're rejecting all that energy and you're pushing forward. You're moving forward. You're building something. You're building towards your own peace, and you're walking away from, I think, any option that doesn't align with you. especially if it causes some kind of mental conflict within yourself. You're focused on your own new beginnings and you're standing in your own power with the justice card there. It's like, I've been in my prison for so long, especially with this lover, that probably cheated on me, that I'm going to start manifesting some kind of ending there and focusing on my own home, what I want to build, what I want to create. And that's what I'm driven to do, because I'm finally finding peace within myself with this Temperance card. I love that for you. That is beautiful. But you got to lay that burden down. All right, Libras, that's what I have for you. All right, we are moving on at... Okay. And hello to whoever is in the chat room. I hope you're having a glorious day. All right, we are moving on to Scorpios. Happy birthday to all you beautiful Scorpios out there. I hope you're having a wonderful time. All right, Scorpios. What do we have for Scorpios? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Scorpios? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That come flying out. What do we have for Scorpios?
You harder do the fool.
I know. Look, that one came flying out too. Ten of Swords, Seven of Cups, and reverse. All right. What else do we have? I feel like you're putting an end to anything. It's like that Seven of Cups in reverse is like, that path is fucking clear. Like, I know what it is. And whatever this Nine of Wands is, I feel like you don't want to play with it anymore. You're like, and I think you're starting to be really honest with that Seven of Swords. But I feel like whatever ending that you're very clear about, has something to do with a player, somebody that's in and out, the Nine of Wands kind of in and out, that gave you a little ounce of love and then kind of pulled back or didn't know how to love very well. I don't really know how to put that other than like, here's a little bit of crumbs, follow these crumbs. And I feel like it's something you don't want to play with anymore. It's like, nah, I'm going to start getting real with myself here. The Seven Swords of reverse always tells me that, like, you see past that bullshit. You're going to find balance within yourself. I think this is a situation that maybe you found unbalanced and you're ending with this Death card. Maybe you're ending that conflict. All right. What else do I have for Scorpios? I don't know what this first one is. I feel like you're moving past the burdens of this, whatever the hell this is. It's kind of like going with blind faith here with the Moon card and the Five of Swords. I feel like you're moving past whatever burden this is or whatever burden you've been holding on to with this. I think you're focused on different things in your life. The Moon can talk about fear. It's Piscean energy. It's also, I consider it Cancerian energy, considering that Cancers are ruled by the Moon. But at the same time, I feel like, you might be a little skittish. You might be a little fearful to move past this. But I think it's the universe is trying to tell you with this Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords is, have a little compassion. There's always going to be some kind of mental conflict within yourself, especially if you've been dealing with a player, an asshole, so to speak. But I think it's also telling you, you know, the more you kind of stand in your own throne, your own power, the more happiness you have. You know, especially if you've been holding on to past situations. We've all done it. All of us have done it. You know, I think it's time to find some kind of peace. Take your time to heal. You know, maybe focus on more of, I think it's more about changing kind of the outlook of the way you see love or how love is brought to you. You know, it's about planting that seed, you know, feeling justified within a situation, especially when new love falls around. I think it's more about taking that leap of faith towards new love, you know, something that sparks your interest, you know, and bring you a little bit of victory. But I think it's time, you know, maybe that wheel starting to spin in your direction. It's trying to offer you something, but are you willing to take that offer? You know, are you willing to turn your back on whatever this is to start new cycles? All right. That's what I have for you, Scorpios. Good luck. I wish you all well. Happy birthday. All right. We are moving on to Sagittarius at, okay. I looked up and it was 4202. So that might be something significant to you. All right. What do we have for our lovely Sagittarius? My beautiful Saggy gang. What do I have for you? All right, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarius? My beautiful Saggies. What do we have for Saggies? My lovely Sagittarius. Okay, that wanted to come out. 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. I think you're working on some kind of emotional stability within yourself. You know, I think you're understanding that you have the tools, you know, especially if this is some kind of home situation that you've had to walk away from, whatever that is for you. You know, your focus on your own independence, your own truths, and whatever ending has become of this. You know, there's a lot of earth here, water, Gemini, air, could be really anything if you're looking for a sign anyways. I think you need to focus on planting your seed somewhere new. You know, start to tip the scales a little bit more in your favor. That King of Pentacles keep coming out, finding some kind of like true structure, true balance. That's going to bring you a little bit of peace, but you have to be decided on who you want to work with or how you want to build this in, you know, and move towards that inspiration. You have the 2 of Swords here is like undecided in which direction it's telling you to go. You know, maybe it's telling you, do you want your peace or do you want to continue to battle with whatever or whoever you have that you've been working with? You know, is that really what what drive you have with this Page of Wands here? I can't really think of a way to say it. So it's like turning your back on that and starting to follow your own path. You know, especially if you've been holding on to some kind of new start. you know, but you now need to have the strength to be honest with yourself. You know, maybe have a little hope at the start there. So I guess it's your decision. Do you want your own peace, or is it, you know, something you're willing to work on? And the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords. I feel like whatever communication that has been coming in has been pretty immature. It's kind of leaving you stuck in your head. And you want some sort of change, some kind of new cycle within it, because it causes you a lot of heartbreak. It makes you unbalanced. I think you need to look at the new perspective on what truly makes you happy. You know, stay away from your own mental conflict. You know, there's that healing and that hope again. You know, take some time within. Find some inner peace towards yourself. Turn your back on that situation. All right, take that however it resonates. That's what I got for you, Saggies. Moving on to Capricorns at 47. I'm going to start at 47. So gives me a chance to get these cards back together. I hope all the Cappies are doing well. Okay, we're going to start it really at 46, 44. So 444 might be significant. All right, what do I have for my lovely Capricorn gang? My lovely Cappies. What do we have for the lovely Cappies? My beautiful Capricorns. 46, 44. Capricorns. Ten of Wands. Two of Cups. I think another sign got that too. I don't know what it was. Okay, not digging that, but whatever. Capris, I feel like you've been carrying the burden for too long. You know, especially, I feel like you've been carrying the weight, actually, within some kind of soulmate situation, a lover, possibly, you know, that's had multiple options. I feel like this person has breadcrumbed you. They've put you in third party situations, you know, especially when it's somebody that you could see a home life with, a union with. I feel like your fate's starting to change with the Wheel of Fortune here. You know, the time's starting to change. I feel like you're focused on new, you know, it's like epiphany moments. Where do I want to build? Do I really want to build with this? I feel like, you know, in the end, maybe you're still holding on a little bit of hope, but I think you're starting to push that and focus more on your own inspirations, kind of what drives you. There's a lot of new here. All right, what do we got for Cappies? What do we have for Cappies? A lot of new. I've got three aces on the board. I feel like you're changing your own cycles. You know, you're focused on your own flames. You know, you're taking all of that pain and you're putting that energy somewhere. You know, and I think you're starting to offer it to the world with the Page of Pentacles here. It might be small, come in small doses, but I feel like it's bringing you some kind of structure. But I think it's also given you a different outlook with the Hangman on the type of energies that you bring toward yourself. And I feel like you're rejecting that Like if they're not coming in strong and stable and they're coming in with just passion and just flingy type energy, you're just like, yeah, I'm not really digging that. You know, I want balance. And intuitively, I think you're going to decide, you know, where you want to grow, how you want to grow. You've taken some time to look within. You know, I feel like you've done the healing work. You know, you're understanding your own emotions and you're moving past indecision here, you know, and starting to manifest what you want into your life, which is really great energy. Anything else for Capricorns? I'm just going to say intuitively, you know. You know, it's caused you a lot of time in your head, but it's a situation that probably has some kind of painful ending. There was probably a lot of regret, but I feel like you've made a judgment call, you know, especially when you've dealt with the devil, your own energy, the Capricorn energy. I feel like this is you standing in your own power, you know, you are charging towards your own happiness and moving past lies, bullshit, and having some sort of victory. So I feel like with this judgment, the Two of Swords and the devil here, it's you making that judgment call. You know, you might still be a little decisive. I'm not really feeling decisive energy, but I feel like it's more about I'm going to stand in my own power. I'm going to have my own victory. All right, that's what I got for you, Caps. All right, moving on to Aquarius at 5240. That was a really good read, Capricorn. All right. What do I have for Aquarius? Aquarius, the water carriers. I believe my son's an Aquarius. No, he's a Capricorn. January 20th. January 20th. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. He's like literally like that in between mode. Like I don't do the cuss thing, but he's like the in between. All right. What do we have for Aquarius? What do we have for Aquarius? All right, Aquarius. I'm gonna say this as bluntly as possible. I feel like there's somebody coming in to offer you something, probably some sort of stability, but I feel like you're not really trusting your intuition on this. You know, especially when it comes to a home situation that you're trying to build forth with. And I feel like it's going to leave you in some kind of regretful situation. You know, I think Spirit's trying to, with this Ace of Pentacles, is telling you to, you know, journey forth. Maybe it's time to move past whatever stagnant energy you've been in the past, or whatever has been holding you back in this past. You know, I've got the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands, which is journeying forth and moving on, travel, communication, but it's quick, it's swift, it's fast. And I think it's more about moving past whatever regret, especially if that situation wasn't equal give and take or hasn't been equal give and take. I don't know what that situation is. It's not really telling me. I just know that, you know, I think somebody's coming in to present an offer, you know, an offer of something stable. And yeah, that offer may look good on paper, but is it really a good offer? Especially if it comes from breaking up some kind of home or dissolving something, you know? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. You know, is it something that you're willing to put a new seed in, or is it going to leave you in some form of regret? I feel like you're walking away from this. You know, you might be traveling. I don't really feel travel. Maybe pushing towards some kind of equal give and take. I mean, I feel like it's been stuck in your head for quite a while. And, you know, you're trying to find the strength to, what's this for? Pentacles. I feel like you're trying to find the strength to hold on to something, whether that's like a goal, a dream, especially within a family unit, family situation, you know, but it's kind of slow moving with the Knight of Pentacles here. It's like holding on to an idea that you've been stuck in your head, you know, kind of keeps you up at night. I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Ten of Pentacles. Did I say the Empress? Temperance, King of Pentacles, and the Empress is that, you know, it might be a slow moving energy, but it might be something that you're going to have a lot of patience for. Pentacles is a slow moving process, you know, and especially if it's with somebody that you see as structured, you know, and nurturing to you, you know. And this might be a family or a pregnancy that you're debating or growing on. You know, with the Empress here. Her belly all full of babies. Ideas. I think the universe is telling you to, you know, move towards some kind of new beginning. You know, maybe change that chapter. Who do you want to collaborate with? Who do you want to work with? Who brings you that true stability? I think a lot of this is more about money, family situation, and healing some kind of family situation. But I think you need to stop being in your head and trust yourself a little bit more, especially when it comes to a soulmate that is moving on. You know, it might cause some kind of conflict, but maybe it's time for you to focus on your own wants, needs, goals. Give yourself a little bit of more compassionate. And maybe that'll drive you out of your own prison that you've been stuck in. You know, you got wishes coming in. You got emotional support coming in. You've planted those seeds. And I think this is focusing more on your own independence with the Nine of Pentacles here. You just need to start to tip the scales a little bit more in your favor. Stand your ground a little bit more. And it gives you a little bit more peace. For whoever needed to hear that message, that's what I have for you. But overall speaking, I see you coming out on top. That probably actually made absolutely no sense because I didn't really connect with that very well. But good luck, Aquarius. All right, moving on to Pisces. The beautiful Pisces at 125. Pisces.
1 hour and 25.
Yeah, we're going to start it actually at 140. 140.
So 1
right.
hour, 40 seconds.
Yeah. Hi, Pisces. I'm just here my loud ass chair on my hardwood floors. What do we got for Pisces? We have options, I see. I see the 7 of Cups in here. So, are you looking at multiple different options? I'm not going to speak on that yet. Okay. I feel like you might be dealing with somebody that has options. I feel like you're trying to find some kind of strength to turn your back on this situation. You know, especially if it was something that made you emotionally happy and had a very painful ending to it. You know, I feel like you're calling justice on this situation. You're trying to tip those skills in your favor. I feel like with this ungodly, painful ending here, that you're learning how to set your boundaries. You know, you're waiting for that wheel to spin a little bit in your favor, but I feel like you're maybe stuck in your head too much about it. You know, maybe it's something that you need to release a little bit. You know, take care of yourself. You got the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. I think this is about nurturing yourself, focusing on your own confidence, your own energy, you know, and being really clear with yourself with that Ace of Swords here. You know, it's like that aha moment, that clarity. You know, do I really want to give and take to this? Do I really want to give to this is what I feel. You know, finding a little bit more of your own balance, focus on your own healing energy, you know, and find a better team to collaborate with. This 5 of Wands here. The 5 of Wands doesn't always speak of fighting collaboration. Like, it speaks of collaboration to me sometimes, like, depending on the deck, really. But this is more like a hurrah, like finding that team that's going to help build you up. You know, they're going to come in and they're going to communicate. They're going to offer something stable. Okay. You know, but maybe you need to change your perspective a little bit, especially about who comes in to offer things. You know, take some time to dig within and kind of get yourself out of that prison a little bit. All right, what else do we have for Pisces? What else do we have for Pisces, please? I feel like once you start to focus on nurturing yourself and you focus on your independent energy, like, it starts to bring in some sort of celebration, probably friends that are more like-minded like you know. But I feel like with the 4 of Pentacles here, it's something you're holding on to, you know. And I think you're starting to learn and understand your emotions, especially when it comes to a love situation or somebody that you did love. And I feel like that's what you're trying to find the strength to move past, is holding on to this person. you know, because you may have felt like you started building with that person, but they were a toxic asshole who broke your fucking heart and ended stuff. Maybe left you in a shit financial situation, you know, and there's a lot of regret there. On your end or theirs, I don't know. But I feel like by letting that energy go, finding that true strength to let that go, brings in people more like-minded to you, like that can celebrate. But I feel like you're having some kind of epiphany moment about the past, you know, and the shit communication you had. And I think this is about moving in the direction of what type of love do you truly want to be in, but you're still overly guarded, especially when it comes to mental aspects, mental things, shit communication, you know? And maybe that's causing a little bit of chaos in your life. That's all right. Give yourself a little bit more compassion. Look at things differently, especially when they come up suspect. I feel like you need to work past your own guards at this time. Yeah, that'll bring you some kind of balance. All right. That's what I have for you, Pisces. Good luck. I wish you well. Thanks for joining. I will see you guys next time.